go. This was like they're like, okay, and go. You gotta just get it going. That's what they want. They want go. So hold on, let me take this out. We are getting everything repped. There we go. All right. So that you are where you at? Where you at? Oh, there you come. Here you come. Here you come. Brah! All right. I'm gonna press that. We got y'all. We got y'all. We've got Instagram. We've got Instagram. Okay, Instagram is live. I'm gonna put you here. Yes, because I like you there. Okay, and then we've got YouTube and we've got Facebook. And we need to make sure one last thing. Put this. Oh, you know what? I didn't add the share screen. I didn't add the share screen. I had stuff to share. Hello, everyone. As you come in, if you come through, if you're seeing this live, I'm thankful. I'm happy that you're around. You had some time today, maybe. You were just like, I don't know what this broad is ever talking about, but I do feel like I need to, find out, sometimes. So hold on, let me go ahead. Where are we at? Oh, where are the pictures? Hold on. I have 80 million let's go with Windows. Yeah. I was like, I have 80 million different um things open here. So apparently when you do that, they don't like that. Let me see. We got preview. Maybe I can share preview. I think I can share preview. Unable. You know what? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna see what happens because I want to share it. I feel the need to share it. Maybe if we go this way, we're gonna share from the screen. We're gonna open this window. Let's see what happens. It really won't let me share it. Oh, 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 the humanity of it all. Oh, why would they say such things? All right, I'm gonna do it like this. Y'all are just gonna have to see how many different screen tabs I have open and why. I don't know why. It just is. Okay, we're gonna go with that one. We're gonna share that one because this is what we're talking about today. So, what I have is coming from this book, The Energy Codes. I'm gonna do it like that. That looks hella janky. I'm not gonna lie. I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't do that. That's terrible. I can't do that. I can't do it. Oh, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, now you can see. Do you see the tabs? Do you see the tabs? That's a lot of tabs. You know what? There's got to be a better way, guys. I can't have you guys calling me out on the number of tabs that I have open in my life. So we are going to do that. All right. We're going to do that. And we're going to get back here because honestly, I didn't need y'all to see that one. Okay, let me find. Let's find the real one this time. I think we got it this time. We're going to share the screen. We got the window. We've got the energy codes. There we go. Okay, bam. That looks better. I like that. That I can work with. I can do this. Okay. So, anyway, that being said, hello, welcome. Here's what we have going on today. It's Monday. It is Monday and I'm here. That's 2 in a row. I feel like that's a trend. I'm back on it. I am still Asia, still the soulful creatrix. Um Still just out here navigating how this whole spiritual journey is supposed to look for me, right? And in doing so, I come on here every Monday and I end up like rambling and talking through some stuff. Come to find out, if you've been watching along, this is a version of mental projectorness. Like I'm really using you guys as a sounding board. Who knew? I can go with it. But in exchange, I'm open to exchange. And what I want to do is when you have questions, you want some special, insight or You can drop it in the comments. Let me know where you're from. Let me know what you've been up to, and drop your question in the comments. Try not to give too much backstory because I tend to read things out loud. And if you don't want me to read something out loud, I tend to read it out loud. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah. So I will answer the questions. Outside of that, what else do I have going on today? Nothing. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. I wanted to so I'm gonna talk to you about the energy, centers, sometimes called the chakras. I'm gonna talk to you about the energy centers. I am See, this is the book that I've been reading, okay? Sue Morter, and I loved how Sue Morter was like I'll get into it. I'm gonna tell you what happens, okay? Before I get into all of that, let's do some housekeeping, okay? If you send me a message, be nice to me. Understand I'm just sitting here yelling out stuff into the ethos, okay? If you want to know more about what I do, how I do it, you can check me out on Instagram. Um, Asia Stormborn is Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, Twitter, okay? It's always Asia Stormborn, all right? Um, if you would like to get your own personal reading, like a more personal time, either through reading or through some type of like spiritual guidance, I do what's called like an energy, intuitive guidance type thing. Um, you can find me online at my website, which I think is linked everywhere. So just go find it. Um, let's see. That's the easiest way to find me and like make an appointment. Then the Eminals, the the tech handles all of that. Just make an appointment. I'll show up for my appointment. Um, let's see. What else? I'm about to put this on mindfulness. Okay. What else do we have? Oh, this week will be, let's see, Sunday. I have my third in a row. Never done that. Okay. Third in a row. Um, Crystal Bowl sound bath. Still in West Palm Beach. If you're in West Palm Beach, I mean, they're always in West Palm Beach. I'm in West Palm Beach. Okay. Unless you want me to come to find you, I'll come find you. I'll do a sound bath for you. Um, just find me. Anyway, but yeah, it's in West Palm Beach in the Northwood area at Herbs and Earth. They have been great. I have enjoyed this. I've done them three. This is my third one in a row. I never do this many in a row, but here I am, third one in a row, here for it, doing it. That's on Sunday at 11 a.m. Let's see, tomorrow we have our Sound Healer workshop, which is kind of why I'm here talking about the energy codes. It's a little kind of like a preview or kind of like a base foundational thing, you know? So, what I've been doing is um, at Lavender, they open up the doors. We come in. I bring some instruments. Other people bring their instruments. We talk it through. Like if I'm feeling certain way in a certain part of my body, what would that look like with sound healing? As far as addressing it, that's it, right? And it's because, like I said, we're talking about the energy codes. Um, and we're talking about energy centers, it's because we have these energy centers that help us. I want to say it's like a map. This map kind of just like helps us to uh, to navigate through these energy centers. Okay, so that's that on Tuesday nights. If you want to go to that, you have to have a ticket. You can go find the tickets. I believe the link is still in my website. There's also a link in my Instagram. I'll link it in the YouTube. I'm pretty sure there's a link in Facebook. But yeah, that's the best way to come together, especially if you're interested. Like I did not know. I had zero idea that sound healing was going to become so big in my life until I took that first step in sound healing, right? So if it's that way for me, it's got to be that way for others, you know? And I'm just trying to create a platform, an avenue to where if that is for you, like you bought a sound bowl or it was pretty, you bought a gong and you have a flute and you were like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing with this shit. I just, I just like to play it, that there could be other ways that you could be using it to be a sound healer. And you'd be like, oh. And then, I have helped awaken something in you. And that's just what I try to do, you know? So that's on Tuesdays. It's a series. So you just pick the Tuesdays that you want to come out. Buy the tickets for the Tuesdays that you want to come out. I'll be there on those Tuesdays and we discuss. And then there you go. You take what you've learned and hopefully you pass it on somebody else. That's always, I think, my goal is sending out ripples. I just want to send out the ripples so that they go out into the ethos, and then maybe you grab a ripple and it hits you some way, and then you send out ripples. I can't change the world, right? That's the thing. You can't change the world, but you can change people. So I'm just trying to do my part in sending out the ripples, and hopefully they affect you in a positive way, and you send out your ripples to affect others in a positive way. And that's literally how we're doing this thing. Okay. So that being said, I think that that's everything. Sound healing workshop tomorrow. Um, Bowls on Sunday. Okay. So here's what happened. And if you stay to the end, okay, just let me just say this. If you stay until the end, if you have a question and I answer your question, you stay to the end, let me know. Okay. Let me know you're here. Anyway, so here's what happened. I'm at a crystal bowl sound bath yesterday. Okay. Second of 3 that I'm doing in a row. Never done that before, but I'm doing them. Um, just cleaned my bowls, feeling good about it, it's going great, you know what I mean? And I feel like it was a good session. But what I'm getting now is a lot of like questions about so here's what happens. You're laying there, I guess, I'm assuming you're laying there and you're hearing, you get the vibrations, and then something is louder than something else. And then you're hearing something else and you're like, okay, and then you hear that sound again and it's louder than something else, right? Or something is way muted or it gives a different feeling or it doesn't sound right. It's not hitting in the right way. Something is off or something is on, right? It just depends on you, okay? I don't know how to explain it. Somebody would have to come and explain it, how it feels to them, okay? And how it would feel to you might be different than how they would explain it. But that being said, I get the questions and it's like, oh, so I heard this a lot more than anything else. What do you think that means? You know? And it's hard to say, like I said, without like sitting and having like longer conversations, which sometimes we do. Like I'll sit there with you. If you come to a sound bath and you have a question, I'll sit there with you and we'll talk about it. um but what I did notice is that there are a lot that have been kind of the same feelings, the same areas, and so I thought I would go through the energy centers and I would plug Stu Mortar's book, okay, which is not necessarily about sound healing, but if you want a comprehensive, I mean, the way that she has explained how the energy centers work and how you can do different movements. She was the daughter of a doctor, and so a lot of it was just somatic and like movements and yoga, and there was not a lot of sound. Okay, which is why I'm here today. Okay, she did not go over like the sound portion of it, but she did go over like the different energy centers, um, and what they mean in certain aspects, anxiety, what that ties to, um, sore throat, and what that ties to, left leg hurting, your left toe is throbbing. What does that tie to? That kind of a thing, and so she goes through it. So I'm plugging this book. I don't get anything from you just looking at her book, okay? However, if I leave the link in my YouTube, I do get a little something if you buy the book using that link. And honestly, it's a very little something, okay? It is not a lot. It is at all. So that being said, I would say go get her book, and maybe we can like, maybe I was thinking maybe like a book club or something, like we can like, I don't know. Um, but that so there's that. Okay. The other thing is, let's see. Let me see if I can find. Oh, I still can't find it. It still won't let me do it. I don't know why it won't let me do it. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring up the other thing that it's like a please hold. I gotta say, please hold. Dun, 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 dun. All right, it's this one. Open image in new tab. Let's see if that works. There we go. All right. Now I think I've got it up. We can share this one, share it. All right. So now, that being said, I'm going to go through on a very basic level because I do not want to be on here for a very long time because I got someplace to be today. Okay. But I do want to go through the energy centers and then how I would address them with sound, because these are just very basic and it makes sense. You'll understand when I do them, when I go through like the sound bath, I start off in the beginning with like a little introduction and it looks a lot like this, okay? So this is when I'm envisioning that I've given an intro to the sound bath. This is what my envisioned. This is what it looks like. Okay, so if you've ever come to a sound bath and you're like, "Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense." This is what it looks like in my head when I am talking about it. Okay. It looks a lot like this. Okay. So I will end up just starting talking about how the bowls align vibrationally with its different energy centers. I have 8 bowls, 7 of which align to these different energy centers. Okay. And these energy centers align with different parts of our body. And then also we have like the part up here, the crown, that is really like a direct connection to deity, um, Christ consciousness, higher spirit realm. Okay, so that's pretty much how that works. Now that being said, I will sit and I play the bowls and I start at red. Okay, so we're gonna start at red. All right, just imagine, because you're not here, you're not watching me play the bowls, okay? But just imagine we started at red. Red is that base, beginning, grounded. Like right now, I'm sitting on the ground, and I can activate that root, okay? Called the root chakra, all right? Um, and these 7 chakras go up like our prime, uh is a prime center up in the middle of our body, okay? But there are thousands of other different chakra centers, okay? Other different not chakra centers, energy centers in our body that are constantly being activated, okay? Constantly. Like if I do open close, activated. Okay. If I blink, open, close, activated. I've looked left or you look right or look left and look right, activated. All right. Our body, if and we've talked about this before, okay, the law of vibration, all right, is that everything is vibrating as an energy. Okay. Some people were like, is it energy, is it a wave, is it a particle? We found out it's both, right? And when you find out that if you want it to be a particle, it's a particle, or if you wanted it to be a wave, it's a wave. Here we are. Welcome to 2024. It is what it is basically what we have learned. Okay. And our bodies, even though, like right now, you're looking at me and I look totally here and I look like just one glob of a human, like, you and you're like hearing, you're like, oh, she's solid, but we're not, right? It's already been proven. We're not solids. Right? We are basically these energy particles that are moving, constantly vibrating. That's the law of vibration. They're constantly vibrating, okay? And they're vibrating either very quickly or very slowly. And when we're vibrating very slowly, it looks more like a formed uh, being, okay? Um, that in itself, if we just stop right there, I could go on for like 3 hours and just talk about the law of vibration and talk about how that in itself is the basis of like how I would even just operate in life, okay? How I'm able to operate with my mindset that I have just based off of the law of vibration. But we won't, okay? Because that's not what today is about. All right. Today, we're talking about these seven energy centers, these right here, right? Um, so we're starting with the root chakra, right? At the bottom, the base, the grounding, the security. Um, like I said, if I'm sitting on the ground, this is what I'm feeling is that base bottom where your sits bones or your booty is sitting on the ground. You can also you get the legs, you get your feet. Um, this is all that grounded, safe, secure, protected feeling energy. Okay, that's red, right? It just feels red. I don't know. For me now, it just feels red. It could just be that over the last 20 years, it's been red for me, and now I just see it as red. I don't know. Okay. Was I a product of learning that it was red, and so now it's red for me? Or have I always seen it red? I don't know. Okay. But here's what I do know. If somebody is walking into a room and they are giving a very insecure, um, uh, feared, scared feeling for me, they tend to give like a red feeling. Okay. I don't know how else to say that. They just feel red. Okay. And to me, it's an indicator there is a safety, security, grounding, protection problem that they are experiencing, or they are vibrating at like anger, or they are vibrating in fear. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of red. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. I see the lots of red. But that's what it is. So that's where it is. That red base root chakra. How does one align that chakra, that energy? How does one get that energy back into alignment? Well, there are several ways. Like I said, Sue Morter talks about different yoga poses that you can do. This is not a yoga post or yoga video, but there are some in there. In exchange, am going to talk about how I would do it with sound healing. Okay. So, red, root, base, chakra, alignment. Typically, the easiest way, I'm going to say the easiest way to do it without you have zero other things is drumming. Okay. Um, that is the easiest way to do it. I would even say if you don't have a drum, but you can hit on yourself. Okay. It's the rhythm, that bass bottom feeling rhythm that comes. Um, is a grounding, almost protecting feeling, secure feeling. It's the sound of our heartbeat, right? Even before things were like before we opened our eyes for the first time, we had that sound, right? Because it was our mother's heartbeat that we would feel, hear, more feel in the water, in the womb as we were, you know, being formed, right? As we were baking, okay? So that sound, that feeling of the beat of especially a heartbeat, if you can find even online the sound of a heartbeat, that heartbeat sounding um, feels safe. It can feel, especially if it's a slower heartbeat, it feels safe to us. It reminds us of that time when we were protected in the waters of our womb, right? Outside of that, the drum, you can feel your own heartbeat, getting into sync or listening for your own heartbeat, listening to the heartbeat of someone else. Or, like I said, tapping, that feeling of tapping and um, hearing the beat is a grounding, securing, rooting feeling. Okay. Now, outside of drums, in a sound bath, will use the sea bowl, the sound of sea, the do in the scale, in a harmonic spectrum, the sound C. Okay. Um, Without the sound of C, I would, let me see, hold on. I'm going to bring it up. What would it be in the, oh goodness, where is it? Do I have it? Do I not have it? Yes, there we go. Okay. The sound of C, I'm not going to even, I can't even, I want to say it's, ooh, I want to say it's 256, but it's likely not. I'm not going to even lie. I do not remember the actual numbers, okay? But it's the hertz, okay? It's the C, that sound of C. Um, I'm not going to sing it for you, okay? I refuse. I'm not going to sing it for you. But find C, that bowl, the C bowl, um, is the root bowl, the grounding bowl, that red bowl, okay? Go for that. Outside of that, let's say if I were doing in tuning forks, I have a root chakra fork, okay? And yeah, I had to look it up, but my root chakra fork is 194.18 hertz, okay? Scientifically, I'm not going to go into why that works as what it is. Just know it is, okay? We can do that another day if you really, really, really want to know. We can do that another day. Who is that? I'm trying to see. Oh, Cindy. Cindy's getting better. Welcome. So yeah, you're gonna go with either a C, right? The sound C, the drum beat, heartbeat, or we're going with my root chakra 194.18. Okay. On to the next one. Okay, so as we're going up, so we started there at the bottom, we're red, now we're on orange. Okay, orange, that's that sacral energy. Okay, orange is that creative sacral energy, that where your creative, what are those called, your creative organs are located, right? Where your testes or ovaries, the womb, okay? It's that area of your body, but it's also um where that beginning spark of, I want, kind of comes from. All right. And how would I would describe this as like the beginning fire. Um, it is like that beginning spark, okay? And so because of that, I would say that I would use either the metal, like a metal Tibetan bowl. I would use a gong, um, or so like to like the spark of fire, um the sound of flames. You can look up on YouTube, it's that crackling sound. It's like you can find them for free. Just find them on YouTube. You can get like, some headphones, put them on and just listen to the sound, the crackling sound of fire. That is also very helpful to getting that energy down there aligned. Okay. Now, in sound healing, I'm also going to go with the D bowl. And the D bowl, as when I'm describing it, is always the sacral bowl. Um, let's see. In my tuning forks, the sacral is 210.42 hertz. Like I said, look it up. Don't ask me why. We're not going to talk about that today. Okay. But yeah, so that would be D. Okay. Fire, beginning, fire, embers. Okay. That type of energy. Is there anything else I want to say about sacral? No. Okay. I really, really, really wanted to oh shoot, why is this awakening creative consciousness? You know what? I'm not gonna even I am not gonna even lie. I don't know why it says awakening creative consciousness. Oh goodness, what did I say we were talking about today? Chakra and I don't know why I did that. Let's see, energy centers. Energy centers and sound healing and mini readings. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened. I'm gonna go with that. There, let's go with that. Okay, because I don't. You know what? It still didn't do it. I don't know why. It's. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why it's giving that. Uh, but hey, you know what? We are pretty much in the middle of what did we call that? Mercury Gatorade, Mercury retrograde. So I don't know why it's giving this title. I apologize. Yeah, nope. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. I'm not gonna even try. I don't even know. I don't know. Let me see. Nope. Nope. Don't know. Nope. Couldn't tell you. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. This is what we're doing. But yeah, we're talking about energy centers. Okay, so we're on to the third one, and this is what I really wanted to talk about today because I've received a lot of different questions about the yellow bull. Okay, so if you've ever attended my sound healing, what do you call it, my sound bath, and I'm playing the yellow bowl, it does give it gives a different sound for you if you are in that mind space, in that set of power, personal power, um, wanting to push out power, receive power. It's a power mindset type thing, I would say. But the yellow bowl is definitely one that I get the most feedback on. If I am playing the yellow bowl and then at the end of the session, it's 8 times out of 10, I would say 4 out of 5 times, right? I've done a sound bath and someone comes up to me and they're like, "Hey, so you mentioned that yellow bowl so I heard that it was really loud for me, or it was really tingly for me, or whenever you would play that bowl, something sparked for me, that kind of a thing. And so yes, the yellow bowl does seem to be where a lot of people are like having their feeling. And it makes sense because we're in an awakening moment, right? This is the awakening time, right? So if you spent a lot of your time in life without knowing or understanding or acknowledging or being allowed to acknowledge that you had power, any type of personal power, um, and this happens for a lot of us. I've mentioned this before, especially highly religious people, right? We're not we were not given the authority to have personal power a lot of times. Okay. I don't know how else to say this, but that's just, what it is. Okay. And so we were not given that authority. Um, Typically, your personal power is taken and delivered elsewhere. You're to seek that power from outside of yourself. Okay. Those type of things. Anyway, so if you come to a situation where now this energy center, this third chakra, this power center, which is right here under, so this is your heart, under the heart, okay, between the belly button and then your maybe your boob line, all right. That would be your solar plexus power center, okay. This is where so many issues can be happening, okay. Kidneys, liver, oh, just all of the stuff that let me pull my boobs up. All of the stuff that is here, okay, your organs that are here, spleen. Um, there are a lot of organs that are just right here in this power center portion. Okay, so we see a lot more people having like liver issues, digestion, right? Digestive issues, IBS. Everybody's got IBS somehow, right now. Crohn's, irritable bowel syndrome. Everybody got the shits, right? um, that's because this is the power center and we're fucking with this power center right now. Okay. We're either awakening it or we are noticing that it was not awake and we're getting closer to awakening it. Y'all hear the horn? Or we're getting closer to awakening it. Or it has been awakened and now it takes some energy to generate it. Okay. Um, or we, after having, oh gosh, they're going for it. Or after having noticed that it was awake and now it's not awake, or it's because we're kind of go awake, sleep, right? Like right now, I'm feeling it, I'm in my power center zone. Like this is me doing what I do, right? But then I end up in a space where I am not comfortable, and then my power center feels a little diminished. That kind of a feeling, right? Um, this is where we are right now. So a lot of people feel this power center, yellow bowl energy, vibration when it happens. Okay. And if that's you, that's you. I mean, I love it. I love when people ask me what the yellow bowl, what was that about the yellow bowl? You know, I love when people ask me that because that's how I know that there's like a spark, it's going off, right? It's like, bing, you know, um, power center, right? So that being said, what would I use for this power center besides the yellow bowl? Okay. Um, that is fire, right? And so we started with the sparks, it turned into a flame, right? That yellow is fire. Okay. That's our burning, um, will, right? So seriously, anything that deals with, metals and fire uh, are going to get that feeling, that gong, the big gong, right? The big metal gongs, okay? Those are gonna help with that. And that's why a lot of people when they're playing that gong, like they kind of go right? And they kind of overdo it. It's because there is such an easy connection to the solar plexus center there. It's so easy to just bang on a gong and be like, all right, the this has to be it, right? You get that awakening. I'm awake, that kind of a feeling, It it just is. Okay. Onward and upward. Okay, we're going to green or pink, depending on how you look at it. Some people find it green, some people find it pink. The heart. Okay. So, oh, you know what? Before I get to the heart, the solar plexus is 126.22. If you're doing like a solar plexus fork and you just want to, use that fork, you can use the like a weighted fork and put it here at that energy center with the weighted fork, or if you're using an unweighted fork, and you bang it for your energy center here um, in that area, the midsection of, if you will. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to say about the gut and gut health and gut feelings and just gut intuition. We weren't allowed to use that our gut intuition, our gut feelings, our we weren't allowed to have that type of interaction, right? For so many people. And I say we, I mean, there are some of us that, I'm pretty sure you guys got to exist in a world where you were allowed to use your gut, oh, I have a feeling about this. And then it's like, okay. And you follow along with that feeling. You were um, encouraged to follow that feeling. So I'm not going to say that we all weren't. I'm going to say that not many were allowed to follow their gut feelings. Okay, it was not encouraged all the time. As now it has become something that you're hearing way more about now. Now people are, follow your intuition, follow your bliss. Think about what is feeling true and right and authentic to you. That's going to all be right there in that solar plexus area. Okay, onward. Heart. All right, heart, green or pink. Okay, I'm going to try to rush this one along because I really just wanted to talk about the solar plexus, but now I got to finish this up. Okay, Um, heart is going to be 136.10 if you're doing the tuning forks that are generated just for the heart, the chakra. However, you can um, go with the green bowl, the F bowl, play F. Songs in the key of F, okay, tend to have that heart feeling to them, okay? This is a musical thing, okay? You're gonna have to go ahead and test it and try it for yourself, okay? Typically songs that are like in the key of F are going to have the feels, okay? Um, typically when you play like the F chord, it's going to give you that feeling, a heart centered feeling. So there's that. Um, F chords, right? That kind of thing. And then as far as the bowl, I'm playing the F bowl, and also um, we're getting into the air. So, we did fire. Now we're kind of getting into the water and air. I want to say water. I kind of feel like I want to say more water. Um, I want to say more water. I'm going to say water. Okay. I'm going to say water because to me, heart feels like water. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but to me, heart feels like water. I'm going to say water. Um, and as such, you know, listening to the sound of rain, right? Listening to the ocean. Um, I would also say heart sounds like water to me because when you think about the water signs and how close they are with passion, and with those loves and passions, the water signs do tend to rule over the heart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? It's heart centered. Okay. To me, it just feels like water. I'm just going to talk this out with you. It feels like water to me. Okay. If you feel like it's something else, put it in the comments. Put, that you feel like heart is something else, whatever. You put it there. I'm open to hearing your version, and I will come back and say, you know what? That was a very good play for heart being something else. Okay. But I'm going with water. At any rate, sounds of rain, sounds of the ocean. Um and also like those rainmakers, they kind of give that heart feeling. And then, like I said, F, the sound F, do re mi fa, right? F, okay. um and songs in the key of F tend to have that good feeling. Okay. um let's see, going up now, we're on throat. So if we're looking there, we're here at the blue. Okay, throat. I'm going to say heart and throat are the gateway. All right. So we started at grounding, earth, you know, bass, drumming, boom, 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 right? Okay. And now we're heading kind of up into the ethos, right? The ethos. We're heading up, all right, into closer connection with deity, with God, with goddesses, with spirits, with other realms, okay, upper world stuff and shamanism, okay. Um, it Here's the gateway, throat, heart, okay, and I like to think of it as, are we aligning what we want in our heart and saying, like, is our word aligning with what our heart is aligning with? There is typically a rub here, okay? There's also a rub between heart and solar plexus, okay, which I talked about in another video. But there's a rub between heart and throat, okay? Are you saying in alignment? Are you talking the talk that goes with what your heart is saying, okay? So that being said, blue tends to be the second bowl that people will have a problem with or hear a lot of or have a lot of um, feedback from at my sound sessions. Okay, at my sound bath sessions. All right, I'll get a lot of, oh, I heard blue so much, like it was a lot, and it's like, do you have a problem speaking your mind, speaking what you really feel, putting truth to in verbal, putting verbal truth to your power. Do you have that issue? A lot of times there's also problems with like the throat, problems with the thyroid. Um, those are also aligning with, are you having trouble speaking your truth? What is your truth? What does it mean? And what happens when you speak it? Are you losing your voice? Right? Is there something that's not in alignment there? Right? And that's there. So that's the blue. And then we get to the third eye and crown. A lot of times what I hear between third eye, which is that purple, so the voice is going to be, this is going to be G, all right. So this is going to be A and B, right? Um, I don't really play these two that often because my focus right now has been on grounding, security, making people feel comfortable within themselves and with who they are authentically. So I tend to focus a lot here, heart, throat, aligning what you're saying with how you feel and what you feel with your personal power. That's pretty much where I land right now. A lot of people, just to me, when they're coming to me with their talk, like while we're talking, it is a lot of, I don't feel aligned with who I am. I don't feel like, if I told people who I truly am or what I truly think, they would go ape shit type stuff, right? And it's that feeling of, you have to come into alignment with yourself, find your balance, find your alignment, and then be able to speak it out, right? And keep all of your energy centers in alignment. So, for example, you have a right hand that's just like, it hurts. Um, that tends to be your heart. Okay. I can give you my personal example. After my son was killed, I could not move my arm. So it was my right arm. I could not, like, I could not raise it. Like, now I can raise it. I could not raise my arm like how I can now. For, I would say the better part of maybe 6 to 8 months. I didn't know at the time. I felt like there was a connection because I know that, here is where grief and sadness um reside in our body, like right here, okay? So, I did do a lot more work here. But I was not aligning it all with the fact that it was my heart. My heart had broken. basically. And so when my heart broke, after, he was killed, my arm pretty much just kind of, and you'll hear like, stroke or heart attack type symptoms will include, feelings in your arms, because that's just where your heart is. It's all connected. It's literally all connected. That's what I loved about the Energy Codes, the book that I mentioned before, which I still get zero money from if, you like her. Okay. I am not a stan or anything like that. I just like the book. All right. But I would say read it. If you're going through anything, fibromyalgia, heart issues, liver problems, when somebody comes to me and they have like a liver problem, I'm definitely playing power center type um, work. We're working in that power center. Okay. So I feel like this is a good place to like stop it because I still wanted to get the mini readings in for this week, the energy for this week. Um, but just know that if you've gotten this far and any of this made any sense to you, okay, we can talk about this more. Put something in the comments. Let me know. Put energy codes. If you've gotten this far, put energy codes in the comments. I'll see it. And I'll know. I'm like, yo, you got that far. That makes a lot of sense to me. That let me know it's making sense. If it resonates, if any of that makes any sense to you. Otherwise, come out to a sound bath and experience it for yourself because it's really hard to talk about something that tends to need to be experienced. Okay, I'm a sound healer, so this is what I do. All right, like I'm a sound healer. This is what I do. All right. Not only am I a sound healer, but I'm also an empath. And as such, today I am using the Elemental Empath cards for us. I have not brought these out in forever, I know, but that's what we're doing for today. And I'm going to go based off of earth signs, air signs, water signs, earth, air, fire signs, water signs. Okay. So I'm going to do earth, air, fire, water. All right. So earth, air, fire, water. That's earth. Of course. Yeah, you can't even see it. Okay, hold on. Got too much happening right now. It's like people ask questions, but they have questions, but they didn't want to ask them, That's where I get. Okay, earth, air. All right, fire. Fire. Whew, okay. When she's filming it live, it never goes as fast as it's supposed to. Fire. Yeah, that makes sense. Water. All right. Earth, air, fire, water. All right. So I'm going to start with Earth. And Earth, that would be Taurus. And, I do this every time. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Your card is growth. It says surrender to the process, simplify your healing and layers. All right. So there's the I'm not gonna easy. She's covered. We're good. Okay. Growth. All right. Focus there. All right. Simplifying your healing. Okay. There's not a lot to this. Like how I just went through in the 7 layers and I just literally went C, D, E, F, G, A, B. It's simple. We don't need all this extra stuff. We don't need all the additional stuff. All right. Simplify it. Okay. Occam's razor, the simplest, easiest answer tends to be the right answer. Okay. So go with that. All right. So that was earth is growth. Air, relating, comparison, others' projection, self reliance. Are you, air, are you comparing yourself to other people's stuff? Okay, which is very hard not to do, especially if you're on social media. Don't let it get to you. You be you, you are you. Seeing what other people are doing, so that you can maybe, feel inspired, sure, whatever. But comparing is tends to be the death of inspiration, right? Um, Other people's projections and how they feel about you, how they see you, not your business. Okay. How other people think about you, not your business. All right. So there you go. Air, earth, air. All right. Fire, raise vibrations, fire. And look, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I said this made sense. I was like, this makes sense. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because fire signs tend to go low. What does it say? Fire signs tend to go low. All right. And the fire signs, that would be Sagittarius. I could have gone in order. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? I'm not gonna lie, y'all tend to go low. Okay. Raise your vibrations. All right. Connect to the light, release blocks, strengthen and safety. Okay. We don't need to go low. Okay, not all the time, not every time. It's fun, I get it. It feels like a natural response to go low. Raise your vibrations. Raise your vibrations. Go a little higher. Okay, get higher up in there. And this aligns with the vibrations, right? When we're talking about going low and you stay down here, and this is what I said, when people come to me and they just look red, they look fearful, angered, enraged. That's down there at the bottom, right? You can get up here to your heart. Your heart is higher, that higher vibration. That's where we want to be. Okay. Power happens above the heart. All right. Um, the power happens when you've opened up your heart. Okay. Manifestation happens. Compassion happens. All right. These are all reasons to stay up higher. Get up higher. All right. Water, reclaim your power. Here we are. Willpower, inner strength, self mastery, heal your victim. All right. This was water. Okay. And what is this? Power. What did we talk about today? Power being fire. There it is. And you see where she's at in her solar plexus area. There it is. See, just like there it is. Right. Okay. Um, y'all looking at my forehead. Y'all looking at my forehead. Okay. But yes, there it is. All right. Reclaiming your power. Water signs. I know this can be hard. I am indeed a water sign, so I get it. I know this can be hard. All right. Sitting here thinking about what other people need, and how other people are doing, and what other people's emotions are, and how are they affecting you, especially if you're an empath. Okay, look, it's hard. We just sit here and we do it. Okay, you have to reclaim your power. Come back to center. That sea bowl we talked about. I mean that that G sorry, that E bowl, that yellow bowl, we talked about that. Go with it. Do some meditation. Do some fire. Listen to some fire. Reclaim your fire. Channel that fire. Okay. So that's what we have. That's it. I'm done. I'm at 57 minutes right now. That's it. I'm done. Under an hour. I knew I could do it. I know I could do it. If you have questions, if you've gotten this far, you have questions, you're watching the replay on YouTube, like this, subscribe, share it. But if you have questions, ask the questions, okay? Because they're important, okay? The whole point, if I'm sending out a ripple and you have no idea what I'm talking about, so you're dodging my ripples because you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm not helping you, okay? So the goal is, if you have questions, you're going to ask those questions. I'm going to answer the questions. DM me, email me, put it in the comments, however you want to do it. This will be on YouTube. The whole thing will be on YouTube for replay. Go find it, leave a comment, or email me, or DM me anywhere, Asia Stormborn. That's where I'm at. All right. So until next time, I am Asia, the Soulful Creatrix, and I am always, always, always wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings.